Now, e-hailing drivers in Johannesburg will be protesting this morning following a tragic incident that has drawn attention to the rising violence they face while working. A heartbreaking video circulating on social media shows an e-hailing driver being brutally shot and killed by two men posing as customers. This shocking act of violence reminds of the dangers that many drivers encounter each day as they provide a vital transportation service. In response to these latest and horrific crime, e-hailing drivers are uniting to demand justice, security, and better protection measures. Now, News Central's Bongani Siziba is on the ground as we cross over to her for more details on this. Bongani, good morning. What is the situation currently in Johannesburg?
Good morning, blessings. We just missed a procession now of one Uber driver who was killed last week. They are taking him to the boat offices. This is because of the crimes that are happening here in South Africa, especially in Europe and Europe, where the Uber drivers are saying that they are being attacked every day. And we understand what they are saying because we have seen it happening. Not only the Uber drivers, also customers sometimes are being attacked. But in particular, this driver that was killed last week, he was called, requested by allegedly customers. When he got to that place, he thought that maybe they wanted a ride, but they robbed him and then later killed him. So these are some of the attacks that these Uber drivers and Bolts are facing. But I have one guy, an Uber driver, who is here just to tell us more about the challenges that they are facing and also what it is that they want the government to do. Thank you for joining us here at News Central. What are some of the challenges that you guys are facing on the streets?
There is a challenge of safety, which is the most prevalent one. And we've been consistently calling for interventions from the air companies themselves, but also from our government, because there is lack of vetting of users of these platforms. And as a result, the criminals have find an easy way, an easy target on e-hailing drivers. And we are experiencing a lot of robberies, but also beyond that, we are also encountering challenges where we are attacked by our counterparts. So there is a lot of issues of safety that we are having. And we've been calling the government to say they need to regulate the air companies in a situation where they get compelled to implement these security measures, because currently they do not care and they don't do all these security checks.
Gun violence in South Africa is so rampant. And some of you guys have experienced this. What are some of the experiences that you have encountered?
It's been really bad. Personally, I've been robbed a number of times at gunpoint. As I speak to you, I lost my brother who was gunned down during a hijack, who was also an e-hailing driver. And as we speak, it's fortunate for this incident that it was captured on camera. But just within this week, we've lost more than 5 other drivers apart from this driver. So this is a prevalent thing, and unfortunately, these things don't get publicized and are not there. But a lot of drivers are dying on a daily basis.
Yes, blessing. We have heard it from one of the drivers. The encounters that they are. The challenges rather that they are facing in the street. But it's not only the Uber drivers that are also facing these challenges, also as customers. I'm sure that also in Nigeria, we know that there's also Ubers. They have their own challenges that they face. But this comes at the height when we have seen gun violence in South Africa being so rampant. Over the weekend, we woke up to the news that 18 people were gunned down that were at a ceremony. So it's one thing that is very rampant in South Africa, gun violence, but it's back to you in the studio now.
All right, Bongani, thank you so much for that update. And it's quite sad to see what the e-hailing drivers are going through. And again, in the wake of the gun violence, and we're hoping that there's a favorable response from the government, especially when it comes to prioritizing the safety of these drivers that provide utmost security and mobility for the people. So thank you once again, Bongani Siziba.